I want to give you a quick rundown on all of our brushes. This is our 3D brush. It's a great do-it-all brush. It works well for both applying our makeup and blending our makeup, so you can use either end to apply. I like to use the thicker end for my contours. What I do is I just squeeze my brush and I tap into my makeup, and then I squeeze the sides together, and then I would just put on my contour. I like to use my smaller end for the brightening highlights. This also works really well to blend. Just stipple very lightly to blend your lightest colors, and then you can move on to your darker colors. If you're looking for medium coverage, this is a great one to apply with. Next, we have the blush and bronzer brush. This brush is awesome. It is fluffy. This is more of a lighter coverage, and you can use it to apply or you can use it to blend. You can actually take your big end, squeeze it just like I did before, tap it into your contour or your highlight, and then apply your contour. You can do the same thing with your highlight, and then you can also blend. This also works really well to apply your bronzer. It gives a light, fluffy application. It gives that airbrushed finish. The smaller end works really well for blending blush. So compared to your 3D brush, this brush is a lighter coverage. Next, we have the buff brush. If you are looking for more of a full coverage, this works really well. You can use this to apply, you can use this to blend. What I like to do is use my bigger end, use that angle, and I can tap that into my contour or my highlight, and I can apply my makeup. And I can also blend with this very same brush. The smaller end to apply my brightening highlight and my main foundation, and then it works really well, like I said, again, to blend everything all in. This would be more of our full coverage brush. Next, we have our blend brush. I love this brush if you're looking for a lighter coverage. So you can take this. In fact, what I like to do is take my main foundation shade and go over my whole face with this before I apply my contour and my brightening highlight. This is great for a summer coverage. You can also use the smaller end to apply your brightening highlight, and it works really, really well. This is a lighter coverage brush. Next, we have the detail brush. So the detail brush has a thicker flat angle brush and then a smaller end. This works really well for contouring. So you have to angle it a little bit more on the side. And then also when you apply your contour, also angle it on the side as well, and then that helps you to get that perfect angle. You can use the smaller end to apply your brightening highlight or your main foundation shades, and then I would use a different brush to blend. This brush is your smudge brush. It's my absolute favorite brush for applying my contour and my highlights because it can use that with such precision. So I use one end for applying my contour, another end to apply my brightening highlight. This also works really well for an eyeshadow brush because you can use it all over. So now I would use a different brush to blend, but this works great for application. Next up, we have the line brush for fluffing your eyebrows. So you can use this with eyebrow wax. And then it also works really well to fill the brows in. The line end also works really well as an eyeliner. This is my all-time favorite eyeshadow brush. So this fluffy end works really well for applying overall color. What I do is I tap into my color, tap off any excess, and go into my eye. And I can fluff that all over. I can use circular motions. And then if I want a darker color or a dense color, then I can use a small fluffy end, tap into my color, and it just really helps to precisely put on my eyeshadow. And then of course I would blend. This is the multitasker brush. This small end works really well to line. And then the flat end works really well to apply your lip color. I've also seen ladies apply their contour with the flat end of this brush, and it works really, really well. Powder brush works really well to apply your powders. It has a nice flat end, so what you do is you tap into your powder and then you just tap that onto the areas of your face that you want to have powder. You can also use the pointier end to get into those eye corners, and it works really, really well to help set your makeup. This is the newest brush, Etch Brush. It has a wider and longer end than the line brush. It works really well to apply your eyeliner. And this smaller end works really well to help blur those lines. All of these brushes can be purchased individually, but we also do have our brush collection, all of the brushes and save. I'm telling you, you're gonna love the brushes. If you have any questions on brushes, please let me know and be sure to like and follow for more.